Welcome to Camp Chaos, where we celebrate the wild ride of modern womanhood.
Join us as we dish on motherhood, life's ups and downs, and all things pop culture that we know you want to talk about.
With special guests and expert insights, we're here to empower you through the chaos of everyday life.
Consider this your ultimate escape from the hustle and bustle. And as always, parental guidance suggested.
Camp is now in session.
Happy Thanksgiving! Today, we want to talk about holiday stress.
And like very briefly, because we have so much shit to do.
Yes. And we just want to take this moment to acknowledge that like, while the holidays are such a wonderful time, as moms, it can be a really, really stressful time. So if you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed, we are here to tell you that we are too.
Yeah. And I feel like the main thing that I want to figure out this year and going forward is how to do high impact with low effort for holidays.
That's not possible.
But we're going to have to figure it out because September hits Zane's birthday, then Miller's birthday, but it's like basically September hits and then it's the New Year's. It's Thanksgiving, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Like it's just over. And I feel like you blink, you miss it. We do all of these things. There's so many parties we're planning. And then before you know it, you're like, did I even enjoy that?
That's what I was going to say. You know, it's like so hard because this is my favorite time of year always has been. Like I know some people
I feel like as soon as football goes on, it's like,
here
go.
we go.
Yeah.
Like, I always say I'm defrosting. Like this is my time to shine.
But now we're in November and I feel like, did you even enjoy October?
Are we enjoy November? And
no.
So we basically try to do everything for the kids. Like we are so crazy when it comes to the kids. We're like, we want it to be so magical for them. They could probably care less. But so then we stress ourselves out. The amount of activities, you guys, that we have planned for these kids for December, we are booked the first weekend of December, the second weekend of December, the third weekend of December. We are booked. And it's like, for what? Like
for what? At the end of the day? Yeah.
If we have to get into one more queue.
Oh, the queues. The queues to buy tickets. I know.
For these things.
I know. You think that they'd be giving away handbags. Like, this is a ticket. Like for a train to go see Santa.
No, literally. I was talking to Drew about the Christmas train tickets. If you don't know, we're talking about the
I felt like mom of the year that I got him. I'm like, I got him. I missed my pap smear getting him, but I got him. And that is the psychoticness of the holidays of being a mom.
No, it's insane. Drew has obviously never been on the train. And he's like,
tell Drew you're welcome.
What is this Christmas train? And I'm like, just so you know, this is a 5-minute ride to Santa.
It's not a big deal.
To wait in line, to take a photo, to come back in the dirt.
Exactly.
In the dirt.
And I think that, you know, at the end of the day, especially like Christmas is one thing, but like even Thanksgiving, like Zane is like, is it Christmas yet? Is it Christmas yet? I'm like, oh my God, there's so much anticipation. But like going back to like Thanksgiving, I think it's so important to start creating these traditions with kids that aren't so like over the top and extravagant. Like you have to figure out how you can make this special and what the core value is of Thanksgiving.
So, okay, I am the type of person that I'm like, it's Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like it is Christmas in my house, you know?
Yeah, I've got Christmas trees.
Like
it is
Christmas carols. And this is like kind of a dumb tradition and it really doesn't mean that much. But Drew and I started doing this the first year that we were dating. I was like, okay, the day after Halloween, like November 1, which happens to be our like anniversary date of dating, like we turn on a Christmas movie. It's like whatever Christmas movie we want, it's just like, it's the cue of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. So this year with Miller, because last year, this is also a really good tip I have. If you love a Christmas movie, you start your kids young on the Christmas movie.
I actually like that. Yeah.
So on November 1st, I said, we're going to watch Kevin.
Yeah. It's a little
So
tough.
we watch him.
Like Dr. Seuss, The Grinch would be easier. I should actually do that for Zane. Okay,
The
so
Grinch
keep going.
is also
cute.
dark.
This is easy. Yeah, I guess that's true.
No, but it's like cute. Okay,
yeah, just whatever. Just start
yeah. But it was like, it's a really small tradition where you're like, okay, it's the cue of Christmas. And it's something that like these kids don't need a lot.
They don't need a lot.
Now he thinks it's Christmas in the house. And he keeps asking like, why are our decorations not out like in the front of the house? Because we told him like, but our Christmas lights just came yesterday. Thank goodness. So we went out.
Oh, thank goodness.
We went out and looked at Christmas lights, but like, that's all he needs to feel like it's Christmas. Like he doesn't need to go on the Christmas train, go see Santa, go do the Christmas walk.
They just need to do all that. They just need the special small moments. I do feel though, like as a mom, we kind of get caught up of like doing all these things. And then you stop and realize like, I don't know about you, but as long as I could remember, I cannot wait to have a family and have the holidays with my family, like my kids, and having a moment of being like, wait a second, like this is so much more special than like just going to your parents. Like, of course, I know how close you are with your family and like doing things like Thanksgiving with your family, but like you are creating traditions with your kids that Palmer will do with her kids, and hopefully Miller too, if he doesn't go follow his wife. And but like that, when you stop and think about how special that moment is, then it's like you want to do things different. You don't want to make it this big chaos of like, okay, we are booked on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. We have one day off on the 9th, and then we're doing Disney on Ice. Like everything is like, that's how I feel. And I do think that we need to kind of slow down and be like, what is the true meaning of the holidays, and what do you want your kids to remember? My mom was crazy and chaotic, and I ate lunch in the car going to the next activity so that I could take a picture with freaking Santa decorating cookies, which by the way, I'm doing and I'm super excited about. But it's like all these
women telling me to slow down.
It's like all of the things that we're doing. It's like, what for what? Your kids need to be having some sense of like happy mommy at home doing normal things.
Yeah, I think there's like a balance because.
And then follow us on Instagram where we will be busy every single day.
I think there's a balance because I think there is something to like look forward to in these activities. Like, okay, the Christmas train is so dumb, but like also Miller will love it and remember and tell me like, remember when we went on that train? But then I had to draw the line when people are like, oh, are you going to the Sherman Gardens lights? It's like, no, I'm not, because I'm not going to like wait in another queue or like
you have the boat parade and then you have the Christmas walk and then you have Disney on Ice and then we're doing Disneyland. There's like literally something. Yeah.
And I think you want to, I think the most important thing like for you as a mom is I remember growing up, like it was always very chaotic, but it was always very happy. And I think you have to, you can get very overwhelmed in this state because you're like, we're spending so much money. We're buying gifts. We are trying to host people. We're figuring out holidays and in-laws and all this stuff. Like
trying to make everybody happy.
Your kids will remember if you were happy or not.
Totally
they will
agree.
not remember what you did. So
totally
like,
agree.
However you plan the holidays, you just need to plan it where you can find some time for yourself to enjoy. And that's what we kept saying is like, we need to plan an adult holiday dinner where we can like
bring back the joy
ourselves, enjoy ourselves because we do so much for the kids and it's like, all right, I'm
losing it. Like Christmas Eve, you're like building toys and you're like, I just want to go to sleep and take down my Christmas tree now.
The holidays are here, and there is no better gift than the gift of Jenny Kane. I don't know about you, but I love their cozy sweaters. I love everything from their home. My mother-in-law is getting Jenny Kane. My mom, everybody on my list is getting Jenny Kane, and it's about time you get something for yourself.
I live in my Jenny Kane cashmere sweater, and it's perfect for the holidays. Plus, the Jenny Kane holiday gift guide just dropped, which makes gifting a total breeze. Shop Jenny's edits. She has favorites under $250 and plenty of other curated gift-giving categories. And if you haven't heard, Jenny Kane has an incredible rewards program where you can earn up to 10% back with every purchase, and joining is completely free.
Gift yourself and your loved ones the best gift of all, Jenny Kane. And our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code CampChaos15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order at jennykane.com, promo code CampChaos15. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about during the holiday season.
Yeah, but I feel like for Thanksgiving especially, it's like, it's one that almost gets lost. But I think that, you know, you look at the meaning of Thanksgiving and like, I think there's so much controversy over the meaning of Thanksgiving, which is also very weird. But my kids will always know what Thanksgiving is about. And for me, that means being thankful for what we have and forget about like, you know, people are like, oh, the Pilgrims and the Indians and this, like, I said something to my my husband's family of like, oh, are you guys celebrating? Like, what does Thanksgiving look like? And I'm like, I said to my husband, like, are you guys willing to like, are you celebrating everything that is America right now? Like, it's so weird of how everybody does things different. But for my kids, I want them to always know that this is all about being thankful and thankful for each other, thankful for what we have, but starting that at this age where they're so aware.
Yeah.
They're so aware.
They're so aware. And we keep the same thing. Like we've always grown up. I've always remembered like growing up on Thanksgiving, we would go to my grandparents on my dad's side and then we would go to my aunts on my mom's side. And like it didn't, I mean, I come from a huge Hispanic family on both sides, like 60 people on my mom's side, you know, 40 people on my dad's. And like you sit there in your prayer circle and you listen to what everybody is thankful for. And it's like that I remember like I would have to prep what I was going to be thankful for because I knew I was going to have to speak in front of my whole family and like share what you're thankful for. And it's a good time to like reflect, like with your big family, you hear other people say what they're thankful for. You maybe hear like, cause I do it with on my dad's side, my first cousins, my mom's side, my first and my second cousins. You get to hear like more about their family too. And like what makes them tick and like, what are they thankful for and why are they thankful for that? And then it like starts conversations when you're at the get together, even for little kids.
And I do think too, like hearing you going to a family, it gives me a little bit of anxiety. It's a lot of different people.
Yeah,
like that's a lot. But then I also said, I'm like, oh my God, what if it is just my husband and my 2 kids? Like it's very, I feel like the holidays, not only like the pressures of a mom, but like it brings up so much emotion of like,
100%.
my parents are divorced. Like, okay, do I have my dad over? Do I go see my mom? Like what that looks like. And it brings up so much for moms of like just what they've had in their lives and my husband too, his family's in Chicago. It's and what you want for your kids. But like at the end of the day, that's why I think you're like that's why you need to have more kids, Kendra. Who do you want around your Thanksgiving table? Because a lot of people don't have a huge family that they're enjoying it with. So it's like, the family of 3 or 4 with your kids, that may be it. And that is just
like,
as beautiful.
Also, you are so close to like your friends and your friends turn into your family.
So I'm coming to your Thanksgiving.
Yeah, 100%. But like that's something that you can start with like, instead of us planning all these things with the kids, it's like, let's sit in a circle and talk about what we're thankful for. And even when the kids are young, like at the age that they're at, it's okay for them to be thankful for books and for their race car.
And their garbage trucks.
But it's the idea that you're learning that every time during this time of year, it's a time to pause and it's a time to reflect that like your life didn't just happen magically. Like this was not magic.
These are all blessings.
These are blessings that you need to be thankful for. You need to recognize like we've always grown up going to give gifts to other families, like going to their home, seeing what their life looks like, compare it to our life. Like that has been instilled in me since I was a very young kid of like, you are very blessed and you need to recognize that. And during Thanksgiving, like this is the time where we all pause, like the whole world pauses for a second. While it may feel like the holidays and like free time, yes, it is, but it's like also important that at some point during the holidays, we stop and say like, thank you, God. Yeah. Thank you for this life. Thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for you. Thank you for you kids. Like mommy is so thankful for you guys. Like it's just a time where we just all need to like stop.
And give back.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about like at what age do we start getting them involved in giving back?
Yeah. I mean, they're probably like too young now, but I would think like
they need to start understanding the concept though, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. And that's why I think a really good thing that I saw on Instagram that I might do this year, which I've already started, but I just haven't told the kids about it, is like, you get so many toys for the kids at Christmas. Like you make a bag of like getting rid of the toys and you tell them like, we're going to go give these toys because you're getting new toys from Santa. These toys are going to go to kids who don't have any toys. So you take them with you. You help that, but you put the toys in the trash bag. You take them with you to the church.
Wrap them.
Wrap it wherever it is.
Yeah, whatever you're doing toys for
these are now, you had them and now you're gifting them to someone else because we give them to like small things like that.
And I think like even taking them to, you could take them to the Second Harvest Food Bank, like and donate canned goods, like just starting that at this age and helping them understand why. Like even Zane, and he's 3, like he'll say like, oh mommy, because he said to me, this is so ridiculous. But he'll be like, he'll dictate what car he wants to go to school in.
Of course he will.
And I'm like, no, you are going to go in this car. And he goes, well, I don't like this car anymore. I said, some people don't have a car. So now he says to me, he goes, does that person not have a car? Like if people are walking, like they're
looking at me walking in, does Auntie Tay have
like
a
they're
car?
on a walk. But I do tell him like, you need to be grateful for what you have. Like he's like, I don't like my bed anymore. Some kids and some people don't have a bed. So he's already asking me these questions. I don't know if maybe I started him too young of like, some people don't have a home. Like I started him in this and now he's like, well, does this person and does that person? But it's important, I feel like, to tell them of the why and not only like, yes, you are so lucky, but what does that mean for the other people and how do you give back?
Yeah. And I think for us, like my parents always told us that, but like they also showed us, which I think is a huge difference. Like my dad has always given back to USC. Obviously, my parents have always given back. Like they were always paying for other kids to go to high school at our private high school or like paying for other kids' tuition. So like in ways that I could actually comprehend and like see. And then once we started going, we would go with a police station and the police officers would take us like in their cars if we wanted to, or we could follow in our cars and we would go to the homes to deliver them. And we would sometimes go to trailers and we would go, and it would be like a family of 4 that would come out of the trailer. And it's like to see that is like a completely different experience than you telling your kids. And this time of year is a good time to do that while I think our kids are too young. Like there's certainly still things that we can instill in them during Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and
just starting these conversations.
Is a good time for that. Because like
totally.
you do want Christmas. It's so hard as a mom. You're like, but it's supposed to be so fun and joyful. And well, yeah, but not everybody gets experiences. So like
100%.
the balance. And I feel like Thanksgiving maybe is like a good time for us.
It's
too.
a good buffer of in between of like, okay,
we need
we're
to, this is on the to-do list.
Let's start.
Yeah. We're doing it. And like, and then we can deal with the holidays.
And then I think too, like even this week for us with Thanksgiving, like let's get Zane and Miller like going through our pantry of like, okay, what food can we donate? Like you get to load this up. I mean, you know how much Zane will love to load this up. Like it's a UPS
load it
truck.
up, right? He's like UPS.
We will have nothing in these cabinets and pantries anymore. He'd be like, it all goes. But I do think that they are fine at this age to start understanding that concept of
100%.
Let's give.
And like getting them involved. That's what my mom says, like even letting him do the laundry. Like it's like little things like
but
that.
They love that.
They love it. And then they will soon grow out of that. But letting them get involved in stuff like that, I think is really important.
So I think full circle of like while you're filling up your calendar with holiday things is like, don't forget to add these really small moments, like what we were just saying of how impactful that is for the long run of your kids.
Yes. And like little small.
How many damn pictures do they need with Santa?
One.
They need one and we're done.
And I think just doing like small little traditions, like I said, like starting a holiday movie on November 1st or like playing Christmas carols or whatever it is that makes like you happy. I think you have to start with you.
Yeah.
Think about like what like Christmas brings me so much joy. So I'm like, tree is going up. Like this is what makes mommy happy. So now everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Everybody's happy. And then don't forget, if you are a mom, to take care of yourself during the holiday seasons. The stress is always going to be there. Santa will come. The tree will get up. It's fine as we sit here.
Easier said than done. As I'm sitting here fidgeting, stressed.
I'm literally in a different queue in my phone right now.
Yeah, exactly. You are in a queue. Yeah, this is all bullshit. You are in a queue right now. She's like, I hate the queues. Refreshing.
Oh my God.
But honestly, also, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. And just know, like, we are so thankful for all of you who give us this platform to like talk the way that we do and be open and have conversations with the guests. So
I know. I think it's important that we reflect too on this year of like, so cool.
So cool. And like, I don't know. We can't get into all of that because I feel like we'll both start crying.
We'll see you on New Year's for that. But
New Year's.
Yeah, cute.
But definitely a moment to like be thankful for all of you because this has been so rewarding for us. I think more rewarding than we thought when we originally started this.
Yeah.
So
God, if only.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enjoy it with your families. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Camp Chaos. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our show. Connect with us on social media at Camp Chaos Podcast.
Until next time, campers.